Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to AFL tips for round 13. In round 12, I got 4. Obviously not many games. 4 out of 7 is still more than half, but it's not great. I was actually doing well up to I think round 7 or 8. Then I started flopping really badly. And now it's every week I'm getting multiple tips wrong. And it hurts more in the bye rounds because obviously there's not as many games. So for the next 5 rounds, I'm going to have to try and lock in and hopefully get more tips correct. I decided to go with one risk, and I always do that. I try to go for one underdog in terms of the tipping percentages, just to see if I can get it right, because obviously all favourites winning, it doesn't always happen. Most weeks it doesn't happen. Most weeks there's at least one favourite that doesn't win. I went for Hawthorn, my own team, and we got smashed. So that's not right. That's not nice, sorry. Brisbane got correct. I only said 14 points as well. I said it'd be closer than people think, and I guess it was. Got the Gold Coast Suns wrong, because they are fraudulent this week. The Giants only just won. Adelaide smashed it. Got Melbourne wrong. Obviously, I think most people tipped Melbourne anyway. And even most people tipped Gold Coast. Even Sydney, a lot of people tipped Sydney, I noticed. And I tipped Geelong in this game because I couldn't trust West Coast. Although West Coast did well for 2 quarters. They won the second quarter. Third quarter, I think, was a draw. They did well for half the game. But obviously, Geelong were just too good in the end. The last 15 minutes or so, it went from 6 points to 43 points. They completely smashed it at the end of the game. Obviously, I'm out the gauntlet, so no need to look at that. We haven't looked at the comp in a while, or at any point since. I don't think I've looked at any point since I started on this channel anyway. I think I looked at it once in a shorts video. Christopher W is top. Ross Strangio is 5th. Obviously, not the actual Ross Strangio, just a subscriber with that name. And we got Vanessa, we got Quinlan, we got Mark. I'm not going to go through every single name, but you get the point. Oh, Dan Prakash. He hasn't commented in ages. Where have you been? And Caleb as well. You used to comment all the time, you two. But you're still in the comp. It's good to know you're still around. Your dog water. Okay, Luke, you got to relax yourself there. Hawthorn's what? Why do I have to click on it? Oh, it doesn't even work. Whatever that team is called. Wait, there's Carlo. Carlo's got 3 accounts, and they're all in the bottom 10, bottom 8. Carlo, do you forget your passwords? I need to know, because you've made 10 different Twitch accounts to watch my Twitch streams. You've made multiple YouTube accounts, Instagram as well. I've seen 3-4 accounts from you because you always follow me on them. I'm just do you forget your emails? And second, how many emails do you have? The amount of accounts you make, how many emails have you got, mate? Write down your passwords. Don't just write down on paper and just leave it on the side so everyone else can see. Put it on your phone on a notes app and then put a password on a notes app or whatever. Just save it somewhere where you can just read your password and type it in. Because you keep making new accounts and I don't understand. And somehow you're tipping on all of them. So you don't forget your emails. You like making new accounts? I'm so confused. I don't understand. I don't understand. I really don't. How are they also close on tipping as well? So what? Are you testing yourself? But that doesn't explain why you make so many Twitch accounts, YouTube accounts. What's that about? That's not about tipping. I am so confused, I don't understand. There's not a negative thing. I'm just wondering what's up. Is it the passwords or do you just like making new accounts? I'm so confused. But anyway, we got, how many people we got? Why doesn't it say? It should say, no? Sorry, I can just look at the bottom. Sorry, it's 87, isn't it? It's 48. Oh, it's 48. We used to have 200 in there at one point. I think that was a couple of years ago. But anyway, Western Bulldogs v Hawthorn. So you see, before we played Gold Coast, I said in the community post, actually, you know what, I'll just read it out. Look, we'll get over here. And it shouldn't take me too long to find it. No, it's not that one. I thought it was that one. Here we go. It's nice to be second. Probably third after Sunday, equal on points with first place Collingwood, but I'm a pessimist. I'm not sure how good we actually are. GWS was our best win, I think. The rest were only winnable, and that is correct. The rest of our wins were very winnable, like the first 2 rounds against, first 3 rounds against Sydney, Carlton, and who was the other one? I can't remember. 3 games where, yeah, the teams might have been decent, but they were, you know, they were not consistent. Definitely beatable teams, especially this year. And the rest of our wins were against bottom sides, you know, Richmond, North, etc. So I said in the next 5 games, it's time to find out how good we really are. Go Hawks. I was fired up a little bit. I wanted to see how good we actually were, and I had hope that we'd actually win at least a few of these games. Lost to Gold Coast by 8. I thought, for flip's sake. Then I realised, you know what? Gold Coast and Darwin, they tend to win there. You know, they do well over there, normally, results-wise. We'll give it a chance. It's only 8 points. We played Brisbane, lost by like, what, 30-something points? I was just like... I mean, normally beat Brisbane at the MCG as well. We normally beat them there. We have a good record against them there. We lost that game. And now Collingwood has smashed us by 51 points. And it's just like... Okay, now I'm thinking to myself... Do I want to be in the 8s? Maybe we're not... Maybe we're just not that... Maybe we're just not that good. Maybe we're just not that good. Is that what it is? Are we just not that good? I feel like we're in the middle of last year. Last year, the start of the season... We were 1 win, 7 losses. 1 for 7 start of the season. We were awful. Played terribly. Our one win was against North Melbourne. Every other game, just bloody awful. Second half of the season, we were incredible. One of the best teams in the comp. We were brilliant, you know. We felt like we could beat anyone. And we were only 3 or 4 points off the prelim. Like, we were that good that year. Now we're in the middle. We're in the middle right now. We're not as awful as we were at the start of last season. But we're clearly not anywhere near as good as we were end of last season. We're just average now. And I'm just worried. I'm just like, what's happened to us? Where was the team of the back end of last year? What's happened? Next we got the Bulldogs. Again, another tough test. Obviously, they're not doing that great on the ladder right now. They have lost a few games. But they play well. Even when they lose, they play well. Then we got Adelaide, who are a decent team as well. I think at home we can beat them. Then again, I said the same about Brisbane. Brisbane are better than Adelaide, I feel, but still. I don't know anymore. So I can't tip Hawthorn. I want to tip Hawthorn. I want us to win, but I just can't. I'm going to go Western Bulldogs by 25. I would put a lower margin if it was at the MCG. I think at Marvel, they will play even better against us. I'm not saying they play bad at the MCG. I'm just saying I feel like at Marvel, they'll be playing more fluidly compared to the MCG. And I think they'll beat us by 25. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please. Can I be wrong? Can I be wrong? Please. Let me be wrong. I want to be wrong. Let me be wrong. Adelaide to beat Brisbane. This is literally just home advantage. And also on top, Brisbane, obviously, their draw against North. And their defeat the week after. Who did they even lose to? I think I can't remember now. I can't remember. But they had those 2 bad games that you expect them to win. And then, on top of that, they're playing away against Adelaide. And Adelaide are pretty good. I think Brisbane are not a bad travelling side. I think they travel okay. But I think Adelaide will beat them. Especially at home. I think they'll be confident too after beating Sydney. Obviously, Sydney are bad this season. But 90 points at the SCG is still 90 points at the SCG. A result like that, regardless of how good Sydney are, a result like that can give you a lot of confidence. And when you're at home as well, I think they will beat Brisbane. But I think it could be quite a good game, and I would not be surprised if it was a thriller. And I would not be surprised if it was game of the round. I think it has the chance and opportunity to be just that. Richmond v Sydney. After what I saw with the 90 points... And what I saw of Richmond in recent weeks, Richmond are improving. Obviously, they're still rebuilding, but they're looking a bit better than they did at the start of the season when they were losing almost every game. I think they got a real chance, and I'm going to back them. The Richmond Tigers to beat Sydney by 1 point. I predict a thriller. Richmond to win by a point against Sydney. Geelong to beat Gold Coast. Geelong are beatable at GMHBA, but... when they do lose there, it's normally the Giants, sometimes Freo, and even the Bulldogs. Obviously, they lost there this year, but the last couple of years, I think they won at the GMHBA. Do the Suns have a good record there? I can't remember, to be honest. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but I think Sydney? I think Geelong will win this game. GWS reports Adelaide. Giants. It's just that I think Port Adelaide are playing very badly at the moment. And I know they're missing some players too, but they're playing very badly at the moment. It's just that the Giants only just beat Richmond, and they were behind in that game as well. And I'm thinking, oh, if the Tigers can do that, maybe Port Adelaide can actually do something. But I just don't trust Port Adelaide enough to actually go for that tip. But to those 7%, I commend you. You're brave. It is not impossible. It's considering how the Giants are playing at the moment, it's not impossible. But I just can't trust Port Adelaide. I can't. North Melbourne v West Coast. I'll go for North Melbourne. Hands Oval is actually in WA, so not a huge bit of travelling for West Coast. I'm pretty sure North are travelling more to this ground than West Coast are, which makes sense in WA. But I don't know if that'll be a factor, because obviously West Coast West Coast and Freo make that trip every other week. It's a long time to be flying within the same country, I should say anyway. Obviously there's longer flights than that, but within the same country, flying 3 to 4 hours every 2 weeks, that can be quite draining. So I think them playing away and not having to fly 3 hours might help them. Maybe it could hinder North, I don't know. But there's due to North's deal, because obviously the Tasmania deal is going to go off, right? I think that's why they got a new deal with this ground. That's what I think. I can't remember. I think someone in the stream chat told me. But I'm going to go for North. I think West Coast have played well in some games that they've lost. Obviously just won the one game that they played well in. They played well in some games. They played well against Geelong for half the game. I just think that North have looked better this season as a whole, even though they've also been down in the slums. They've actually looked pretty good in some games. Even games that they've lost quite a few games where they actually played quite well. Maybe not good enough to win, but they've played quite well in some games this season where they've lost, and I thought they're not that bad. I think they won't be last, they'll be alright. They won't be alright, but they'll be alright in terms of the teams around them. They're still 17th, of course, but maybe they deserve more points than they have, but I think they can definitely win, and I'm just basing this off this season. I think I have been more impressed by North in more games than West Coast. There we go. North, West Coast and Richmond are 3 teams that started awfully. Melbourne as well, of course. And they've all improved at least a little bit in terms of performance. But only, I guess, Melbourne have seen the real results, the real fruits of that. Carlton v Essendon. A Sunday night game again, 2 weeks in a row, which is great, because normally I can't watch Sunday games because they're too early in the day. Carlton v Essendon. Unfortunately, I'm going to go for Carlton. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I want Essendon to win this game. But, yeah, even though Carlton are not very good either, I just think because of the rest they had as well, I think it will help Carlton quite a lot. I think they needed that break more than Essendon needed their break. I think Carlton needed that break quite a lot. So I think, unfortunately, it will help them. Melbourne v Collingwood. Unfortunately, Collingwood. I can't see Melbourne doing it, but they have had some great games this season, some great performances. So it would be interesting to see them play and win this game on King's birthday when it's not really his birthday. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it could be closer than most people anticipate. And Melbourne will hopefully turn up at least, but I just can't back against Collingwood right now. They're just that much better than Melbourne, so even when Melbourne were very good, Collingwood are still getting some wins over them, so Collingwood just have their number, I guess. So those are my tips: Collingwood to win, Carlton to win, North to win, GWS to win, Geelong, Richmond, Adelaide, Western Bulldogs. Now I've realised I've gone for all favourites, but I don't know what I would change. I don't know. You know what? I've officially gone mad. I've changed my tip to Essendon. I can't believe I've done this. I can't believe I'm wearing a red collared shirt. This is what this photo of Shazam. This is going to inspire Kako to run down the field like Shazam and Shazam it into the goal. The Dons are going to beat the Blues. Let's go. Oh, I can't believe I'm bloody doing this. I can't believe I'm bloody doing this. Although I think there's quite a few occasions where the weaker team does win this game. It does happen quite a lot. They're like bogey teams for each other. You know what? Screw it. Essendon. I can't believe a Hawthorn fan is saying go Essendon, but go Dons. You never see me saying this again. Until they play Geelong. Your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. What have I done? Goodbye.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you